Oh, you bet. Oh, Lordy. Coach Shelton Harrison, there'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen.
All right. LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys. Coach Shelton Harrison is about to really go in on Dana White on this Sunday, and that's just the way that is. Okay. Dana White completely just ripped Tyron Woodley. I'm talking about ripped him to shreds, man. And he basically talked about, how poor Tyron performed, and and it's like I'm sitting here thinking, okay, newsflash, jackass, there were two people in the octagon. There were two. Okay. You know what? This is not his first time bashing Tyron Woodley. You know what? This guy got a hit list, man. This guy got a hit list. He got a hit list of people that he really just don't care much for. I can tell you, Cyborg, Nunes, Woodley, Demetrius Johnson. I mean, the list goes on and on. The people that, he don't mind bashing, and he'll bash them in a minute, man. And again, man, what kind of professionalism is this? You're a boss, and you come out, man. I understand, him being honest, he could have even said, it wasn't as action-packed, as I like the fight to be, but nonetheless, it was a win for Tyron. He could have said it like that, but, man, he don't make no bones about that he don't like Tyron Woodley. And this is what Tyron Woodley be talking about. Exactly what he be talking about. And I co-signed everything Tyron Woodley say about this Mr. Clean clown, okay? Dana White kind of look like Mr. Clean. Look, y'all. Here, let's roast Dana White for a little bit. If you put the two side by side, y'all, I'm not playing with y'all. Look, y'all see my cursor? Look at this and look at this. I'm telling y'all, you can't tell the darn difference. You just can't. But see, now all the negative stuff he said about Cyborg. Okay, so now he got to come out his mouth and say something positive about Chris Cyborg. Yeah, because you did a wrong, man. It was you and Sean and all y'all people at the top of the UFC echelon. Okay, y'all lack of effort in the featherweight division. Basically keeping the division dry and empty. So here come Tanya Evinger, and God, all the stuff, the negative things that you, especially Dana White, the UFC said about Tanya Evinger is crazy. And Tanya Evinger just not a person who gonna kiss somebody behind. She wasn't gonna do it, not to get a contract. So she was happy staying in Invicta. She was happy where she was at. Really and honestly, she wanted an opportunity to get to the UFC, but look what the hell Tanya Evinger had to do. And now he trying to, really, prop her up now. Like, oh, okay, yeah, she's tough. We all knew she was tough. She should have been in the UFC. But see, this guy got a biasness, man. And it's a big biasness. And the UFC as a whole, man, they're very, very biased. Extremely. And now I'm starting to think, put gays on that list too. I don't agree with the gay lifestyle, but who the hell is anybody to judge? Okay? They humans, they people. They got to talk to God. I'm not God. So it's their lifestyle. But I almost feel like this guy, he really does have a biasness, man. Definitely, in certain aspects, Brazilians. Okay, now this whole thing started with him, Tyron Woodley, and Demetrius Johnson. And I'm just saying, it's a lot of double standards. And I'm going to tell you how I know, okay? Y'all remember when GSP fought Johnny Hendricks? Do you guys remember that fight? I remember the fight. Oh, Dana White was livid. He was livid because his superstar, or the one that he was pushing, Hendricks, didn't win the fight. He was upset. Very upset. And Dana White clearly said, well, look at how much damage that GSP has on his face. Just look at his damage. Oh, okay. So if damage is an indicator of who wins a fight, then how about this? How about this one, bald head? Oh, that's Damian Maia down at the bottom, y'all. The guy eye is closed, completely shut. It's closed shut. And clearly, if you look at Tyron Woodley and look at Damian Maia, you can almost barely tell that Tyron Woodley had a fight, but you can clearly see that Damian Maia got into a fight. How was Dana White gonna explain this? How was Dana gonna explain this one? You see, on this channel, I like to do a lot of debunking of BS. And this video probably not going to go over well with the UFC. I wouldn't be surprised if this video gets taken down. But see, I'm going to call Dana White out on his BS every time. So, again, you say that, you know, okay, damage on a person's face is a clear indicator of who won a fight. Okay, good job. I mean, I'm just saying, good job. So that means that really Tyron Woodley won. And you should be excited because really the Hendricks and GSP fight, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that exciting. I mean, it was a good fight, but it wasn't like a blockbuster go through the roof fight. I mean, GSP did what he had to do to win the fight. That's just how it is. He did what he had to do. And I've heard this dude praise GSP for boring fights. I mean, stop it. And I like GSP. I actually like his ground game. I understand. It's not fan for GSP don't have a fan-friendly style. I like it, and it is a bit boring, but I like it. But, you know, what did he say? Man, he praised GSP so many times, it's ridiculous. So now you want to come on here, and now, you know, you basically want to just throw Tyron Woodley under the bus, just like you did Amanda Nunes. Okay? Just like you did Amanda. I mean, there's a trend. There's a trend. This guy like throwing certain fighters under the bus. Oh, yeah. All the time. I tell y'all, it just goes to show you, man. If this is your boss, if this really is your boss, I mean, what the heck, man? Could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine having to work with him side by side? That would be a nightmare. Like this guy, man. This guy really, man. They need to get somebody in there. Okay, they need to get somebody else in there who isn't going to just, you know, tear down the champions. I don't care if you disagree with how they fought. You're not supposed to go in public and tear down your champions because he really don't do that to any of the other champions. Not like that. Now, he'll say he'll have some beef with people, but see, he don't make it personal. With Tyron Woodley, Dana White has made this personal. He done made it completely personal with Demetrius Johnson. Oh, he done made it personal. With Amanda Nunes, he done made it personal. See, everything with him is personal when he get upset or when there's something that he don't like. I mean, he came out. He said he came out against GSP. He said, well, ain't no way GSP won the fight. But see, he said it and he left it at that. He didn't get personal with it. Nah, man, there's a disdain. There's a disdain. And I can't even remember the last time Dana White even said anything positive about Tyron Woodley or Demetrius Johnson. But then, you know, he go in and try to big up John Jones, who over the years, I mean, this man said so much stuff about John Jones. I mean, called John Jones the biggest screw up in MMA. I mean, guys, this guy, he has no filter on his mouth when it comes to certain groups of fighters. And we all know what it is. On the most part, nah, he criticized certain fighters. Oh, you criticize John Jones. You criticize Tyron Woodley. You criticize Amanda Nunes. You criticize Chris Cyborg. You talk junk about Tanya Evinger. I wonder what they all have in common. There are two things they all have in common. And y'all know. I mean, you criticize Evinger for not wanting to kiss your butt. And she wasn't about to do it. Now you want to big up her. Oh, because you had to. Man, I'm done with this dude. This dude is... this is your boy Coach. If I'm Tyron, I would come out. I would come out and make a statement. He need to. Tyron Woodley can't sleep. You can't let this go. This is your boy Coach Sheldon Harris. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.